Hello there. Today we're going to look at another MasterGMAT sentence correction question. And today we're going to look at a particular question which isn't that hard, but which gives you a good sense of how MasterGMAT works with its work order. So for those of you who actually want to give it a go, as you know, you can pause the recording and then unpause it to listen to the explanations. You may pause the recording now. Okay, what we're looking at today basically is a short sentence correction question, and of course the first step in our work order is to look for anywhere between 0 and 2 errors in the underlined portion of the sentence. And after having read this, you will have probably realized that there doesn't seem to really be any grammatical error. Remember, we're looking in our first step for grammatical errors in the underlined portion. So we do not see any real grammatical errors over here, so of course we keep A, and also we keep B and C, which do not contain any grammatical errors as well. So once we look through these three, we look at D and E, which actually changed the is over here to the are, so that tells us something about the type of error they may be testing. Now let's check this out. What is the subject? Indeed, the subject, if you had seen it before in choosing A, B, and C to leave out, is a swarm. Now, it's not the butterflies. That would make it an X of Y subject. It's actually a swarm, and a swarm is a collective noun. Don't get fooled by that. It's a collective noun of one swarm. Swarm does not mean many. It's like saying team. It's like saying family. It's just one unit. So it should be in the singular, and that's why we kept A, B, and C, but we can eliminate just on that basis D and E. So we have to be careful of that stop sign. For example, if you got this wrong and picked D, let's just click on that. Of course, you'd have our wonderful time awareness tool to make you aware over the long run of how much time you spend on each and every question. You click on that. Of course, the answer choice is, you get the explanation for it, and it's concise, and it reminds you of the particular stop sign you're supposed to look for in terms of subject-verb agreement questions. Okay, so basically the stop sign is the little thing you're supposed to remember to look for. Once you get those in your head, these become super easy. Of course, we get to try again. We don't just give you the answer. So we got rid basically of D and E, and we should know to get rid of E just on the basis of that R. And we looked at A, B, and C. Now, since there are no grammar errors, we go to the next step in our work order, which is to look for stylistic issues. Stylistic issues may include things like redundancies, and they may also afterwards include things like ambiguities. Now, let's take a look at the difference between or among A, B, and C. Now, everything is basically the same, more or less, except that you see at the end it says they are, and these beliefs being. Now, we get a pronoun, and one of the things we need to check with pronouns is whether they are clearly defining what they're replacing or whether they are ambiguous. Now, in this case, the they can actually refer back to the butterflies very easily or to the beliefs. That makes it an ambiguous pronoun, but you have to remember that pronouns can be ambiguous and correct in the GMAT. It sounds counterintuitive, but it can happen. However, in order to make sure that that isn't the right answer choice, we must look for an answer choice that is both grammatically and stylistically correct and doesn't change the meaning of the original sentence, of course. So we see that they over here and over here are both ambiguous. However, over here, although we don't really like the word being because it's a bit awkward, at least over here we do fix the pronoun ambiguity by putting in these beliefs. Therefore, we know what it's referring to. Therefore, this answer choice C actually fixes the ambiguity that you find in B and A. And that's why it's the best answer choice among the 5. Let's click on that. And indeed, that fixes everything we need to fix. It especially fixes the ambiguity, and there are no grammar mistakes. And that's a little bit of a glimpse into the wonderful work order we provide at MasterGMAT. which makes you super precise and ends up saving you tons of time. Until next time, see you later.